This is the Carlton Podcast. Here's your host, Tony Moclair.
Hello and welcome to the Carlton Podcast. It's number 8. I'm Tony Moclair. Joining me, as most weeks, is what I think, all bets are off, the taker of the mark of the year, Mitch Robbo Robertson, the Kamikaze Kid. Hello, Robbo.
You called it early, mate. It's good to be here again. It's probably 3 weeks in a row now, so
yeah,
no, we're doing well. It's good to be here, mate.
Yes, you're getting up a bit of a rhythm.
I am.
Joining us today
to
talk about last week's game, because I'm literally looking at the two highlights of last week's game, and we will dissect that in a minute.
Hit me with the bio.
We are looking at, and we are delighted to have on the Carlton Podcast, a lifelong Carlton supporter, a man born and raised in Phillip Island who returned to his home state of Victoria this year after being traded to the Blues from Brisbane Lions. He made his debut for the Blues this weekend, taking 13 very classy possessions, including 6 marks. He was once described by Gippsland Power's regional manager, Peter Francis, who is a former Carlton Premiership player himself, and so should know what he's talking about, as a player who just oozes class and is a really intelligent boy. He did very well in his VCE school, so he's a really nice acquisition for the Blues. Brains and the Carlton Podcast don't often go together, but they do today in the form of Sam Docherty.
Welcome, Sammy boy.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sam, congratulations on the debut. Well, I guess it's a bittersweet congratulations. How did it feel?
It was a tough day at the office. It was actually a really weird day to be a part of, actually. The half the day I didn't even know I was playing. Actually, more than half the day I didn't know I was playing.
Probably 3/4 of the day.
Yeah, 90% of the day. Not knowing, sort of preparing like I'm going to play, but not playing.
How does that work? Does that mean only drinking light beer after 11 a.m? How does that go?
No, it's
so only going to CQ the night before for only a couple of hours instead of the whole night.
Right, that's dedication.
No, it was you just literally have to do everything like you're going to play.
Yep.
So you same breakfast, same lunch, hydrate throughout the whole day. But at parts of the day, I was thinking that I was doing something that wasn't really worth it because I didn't think I was going to get a game. So
yep. And then who made the call?
Mick came up to me about an hour and 45 minutes before the game and said that I'm going to play.
I think I was actually getting a massage, and what I was changed, ready to go. Thought he was playing pretty much, and I think he might have got a tap on the shoulder and said, "Look, Docherty's. I think Docherty's playing." Well, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I actually felt a little bit sorry for Watto because he was ready to go and then Mick changed his mind. But yeah.
Okay. I was listening to the ABC interview with him before the game, and after the game, and he says he's got the same routine before every game. He loves to have a kick with some of the players. Have you ever done that with Mick,
No, I've never been introduced to his kicking. I think he only does it with his...
leadership group players, is it?
I think, I was going to use another word, but you can say that. He started out early with Jeffrey Garlett, but Jeffy's actually got a pretty good mongrel punt on him.
Yeah. So
I think he might have seen it a few times, hit the goalpost and stuff, but he was having a kick with Mick, and I think he might have hurt one of Mick's fingers, and then he kind of shoved him aside like last year. Then he got his son here this year.
Oh, okay.
And I heard before that he used to use him, Daisy Thomas, last year, like when he was at Collingwood together, they used to kick together. So I think it's back to number one.
That might explain Daisy's presence at the club.
Yeah. He was missing his kicking partner, but now he's got him back. So
yeah, so it's a happy ending.
Yeah.
Sam, what instructions did you get from Mick then for your first game?
He just said back in what you've done, back in your last few weeks in your preparation and your form. Just said go out there, enjoy it. That's about it, really. Just go out and play my natural game and go from there.
From the stands, as I said, there were 2 highlights. Robbo, obviously your mark in the first quarter. Not only that, but converting. Thank you, God.
Kicked a snag, thank goodness.
And your game, we'll get to your game in a second, Sam. But Robbo, tell us about the mark over Goldsack, whose job it was apparently to cut us up. Didn't quite work, but you tell us it was a magnificent kick.
Oh, yeah.
No, that you're on the receiving end of. That was from...
from Whitey, yeah.
No, from Whitey.
It was strange before the game. Wadey pulled out with a bit of tightness, so Mick came to me and said, look, you'll probably be playing forward for the full game, so we need another marking target up there, so go for as many as you can, and, if it's there to be mark it. If not, get to the front instead of get crumbs, so... It was good to have a license to go for a few marks, and something I used to kind of pride myself on when I was a junior. I used to try and get up there a fair bit, but since I've been here, it's kind of been in the back of my mind. We want to do the team things and get to the front of the contest instead of trying to go for the big marks. But I'm no Andrew Walker, but it was good to get up there and hold one.
Now you can vote for that mark, as I have done.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
So,
I went to
97 times was me, and the other one was you. You.
carltonfc.com.au. There's a link there, and you go to the AFL website. All you need to do is give them your name, address, date of birth, credit card number, sperm sample, and then the rest of it, and then you're in. So get online now, do it. We want to see that as mark of the round and then go into mark of the year.
Yes.
You slotted the goal. You would have been happy with that.
It was
good
funny.
Set shot.
Yeah, it was a weird day. I had 3 shots a goal, and my first one I thought, if I get another shot a goal, I'll put it straight through. And the other ones, I kind of had a bit of an arc more than I usually do and missed both of them. So it was kind of annoying, but it was funny. Harry, what's his name? Lamumba came out and kind of try to give me a spray. So, mate, instead of picking on one of the first few players while I was getting into Langdon, he goes, "Why don't you try and kick in a goal?" And I said, "Well, I have kicked the only goal so far." And he goes, "Oh, that's right. He took a big specky too." And I was like, he's had a good chat with him out there. So it was pretty funny at the same time as much as I disliked them.
Sam, your impressions of the game. It was a very disappointing performance from Carlton. It was lacklustre from us. We seemed to have a strong 5-10 minutes opening in the first quarter, and then the intensity backed right off. Jamo was saying later that the club's work rate wasn't up to speed. It wasn't what was worthy of beating Collingwood. Their intensity at the ball was much greater. How did it feel out there for you?
Yeah, it just felt like we didn't have as much time as they did. Their game strategy, they really attacked the ball carrier, and it really sort of it gave us no time. We didn't hit our targets or anything like that. We were missing handballs and stuff.
Probably overuse with handballs as well at the same time.
And when they got it, they were just we didn't work hard defensively. We didn't man up, and then they just ran the ball straight through. I think there was a stat that we moved the ball from our back 50 to our forward 50 only 14% of the time, and Collingwood did it at 38 or something, and the league average is about 24. So they were way over and we were way under. So they were just transitioning the ball. We were turning it over, and then they were just going the whole length of the field, whereas we were turning it over, and their pressure was too good, and we just couldn't get it out. Last quarter, we sort of changed it around. We found a bit more space. We were hitting a lot more targets. The ball movement was a hell of a lot better, and we turned it around and kicked 8 goals in the last quarter. But if we did that at the start of the game, it might have been a different game.
How did it feel for you, Robbo, after that first 10 minutes, the top of the first quarter, and then, as I was saying, and as Sam has said, the intensity dropped off. What happened within the group?
It was hard to put your finger on, especially in the game. It just felt like the first quarter we were like at our best at it pretty much, and especially the first half, the first quarter, I thought it's going to be a really good night. It's going to be a great contest and stuff, but we didn't have many shots on goal. We only had probably like one goal two, and they kicked 4 of the last goals in the first quarter, and it kind of just went from then. We weren't hitting our kicks. Well, I don't know what his disposal efficiency was, but every time we just try to over handball it or overuse the ball, they would just leave their man and just attack the ball carrier, which is put us under the pump, and would have a turnover, and then they'll just go bang bang in the forward line and have a shot at goal. So it was hard to get adjusted to that, and it's just and we did bring it back in the last quarter, but they could have taken their foot off the pedal. You just don't know, but we did move the ball a bit better in the last quarter, and I think we raised our intensity, and we kind of we had nothing to lose, and we just go for it. So they were sitting 4th on the ladder for a reason, and then they're still right up there. So the only thing we can do really is bounce back this week, and St Kilda, we'll probably talk about St Kilda in a minute, but they might have had a bad week, but it could happen to both of us. So it could be a big game this week.
Daisy's kick on goal.
Yes. That could have been good for that segment last year that you had. What was he thinking?
Yes.
That could have been a good one.
You could build a whole 30-minute podcast around that. What were your thoughts on that, Sam?
I was on the bench, and I really wanted him to kick it.
Yeah.
To stick
you
it to
you weren't alone in that feeling.
It would have been the best goal of the whole game.
Yeah, I was sitting on the bench and I just turned away. It wasn't great to watch.
I don't know if it was nerves or if it's a routine or anything, but it was just, you could see, even like I watched the first quarter at home the other day, and you could just see he was even laughing after he kicked it. He just couldn't believe how bad of a shank it was. But no, to his credit, it was a massive game for him, and he stuck at it for the whole game, and probably didn't have the best going around, but he still didn't drop his head straight away and just be devastated with it.
Now, forgive me, Robbo, but did you play the whole game in the forward line in that role, or did you go on the ball at some stage?
It was discussed that before the game I was going to play half, play a half in midfield like in the last half, but I think we didn't have many targets up forward. I think it was just me, Hendo, and Levi. So we were rotating a lot, and I went in there in the last quarter and had a little bit of an impact and was involved in a few scoring involvements and stuff. So hopefully this week, I think Wadey might be back, so it might be better for me to push up the ground.
Yes, I do want to talk about that. There were some last-minute exclusions, if you want to call them that. I mean, the good news was they allowed Sam to step up and star as he did. Carazzo and Waite, what happened to those two blokes? Because they seemed very late in the piece. I arrived at the ground and then was informed that they weren't playing. Was it niggling injuries or what happened there, Robert?
No, Carazzo, he was named to play. We all thought he was fine, but I think he just he had a back spasm the week before, and it just might have flared up a bit more on the day. And with back spasms, I don't know if you know, like I've had a few in my time, and they're just kind of unpredictable. So you could be fine, and then you just go down one movement and you pull out a bit sore. So you don't want to risk those type of things. It could lead to disc injury, easy back. So
Sam, you're on record of saying Mick Malthouse was a big reason for you wanting to come back to Carlton. Well, when I say back to, I mean you've grown up barracking for the club. So number one, what is it like playing for the club that you've followed your whole life? Number two, being coached by Mick Malthouse, what was he like for your first game, and what was he like after the game? I've overloaded that question, so let's just...
It was...
Yeah, I've asked too much of that question.
And what's your favourite colour, and what was your number when you were a junior, and what's your favourite food?
Originally, I had a few interviews with clubs, and Mick's interview was by far the best. Just his laid-back appeal, it appealed to me, like his laid-back attitude. I came in with Macca and Mick in a meeting, and I went out of there about 2 hours later just having a general chat with them, and I just really enjoyed that atmosphere. And then obviously his coaching credentials speak for themselves. I really wanted to be coached by him and have the privilege to be able to be coached by him. And then since coming here, I've had a bit of a tough run with injuries and whatnot, and he's backed me up the whole way. He's been there. I chat to him every fortnight, I reckon. And he's told me exactly where I fit, where he thinks I fit in the team.
Where is that, Sam? What's he told you?
He really wants me to play sort of that half-back wing role, use my pace and use my skills off that sort of thing. And he said for me from the start that he wants me playing in the seniors, so he was all more of a matter of time of when I could get back from my injuries and stuff when I was playing. And obviously on the weekend I got my opportunity, and he said that I'm backing you up with your preparation. I think he'll just come in and have an impact. He wants me to come in and have impact and stay in the side. So hopefully I can do that. He's really good. He's like a father figure to all the boys. You can go up to his office and chat to him about anything. One
of the things he said in this ABC interview, Robbo, which I found quite interesting, the whole thing of, so let's say maybe in the old days, you guys would have had this in your amateur years. After a bad loss like that, you come in and you might punch your locker or kick a wall or something like that. He was saying that there's been a kind of behavioural adjustment, I guess, in players at the elite level at AFL, that you are not so demonstrative after a loss. Where do you channel that, I guess, frustration after a bad showing like that?
It's a massive change from when you're younger days. You probably come in on the Monday or whatever after all your first training and get absolutely flogged on the training field. You'd be doing running laps and all that kind of stuff in the wet or whatnot. But yeah, you got to find a balance. I think it is a lot harder because we're a massive club, and we did lose to a massive arch rival. So you just go home, and thankfully I've got a boy now, so he takes my mind off footy absolutely. So I just don't even think about the game for a couple of days. And when we got our main meetings on during the week, and that's when you got to really come in and switched on, and they'll have some things where we could have improved on, and and we'll go out and train fully. We've been training amazing for the last 4 to 5 weeks, so that's the best thing at the moment. We know we train well, and we just got to put those things in place in game day, and then
any chance of switching them, maybe training.
I think so. If we
just
play
really well?
Training, then you can train how you play a train.
Yeah,
you play a train. So we're doing everything right off the field. We just got to put a 4-quarter consistent effort in, and then we'll be seeing the wins.
Yeah, we're not far off. We're just got to string it all together, I reckon.
Yeah.
Our best footy is really good, but our worst is just a bit far.
Yeah, got to bridge the gap.
Far off. So
bridge that gap.
All right, we'll move on from Collingwood. Before I do, I just want to ask Sam, your game jumper, the Heritage Round jumper against the old foe of Collingwood, has that gone to a secure place somewhere in the Docherty household, or what have you done with it?
Pup's actually got it downstairs, and he said he'll give it to me at the end of the year. For a first game jumper, I got a pretty good one to take home with me.
At least you get to know which one it is, because when we get our first jumpers, it could be like 3 years old pretty much.
Yeah.
So we don't know. He'll know which ones he is, so he'll be easily fine.
Well, that's great. Well, congratulations. Like I say, Sam, it was a heartening aspect of the game from a Carlton supporter's point of view, and your performance was fantastic, I thought. Who were you on, by the way, just before we move on?
I played... When I was in the back line, I was a little bit on Jamie Elliott, Jared Blair for a bit of it, and then when I went on the wing, there was side bottom, a bit on Beams, Swan, whoever was out there.
You got around, didn't you?
Just claim Blair. Blair didn't play very good.
I was actually forward for a quarter as well, which I haven't really done very often.
Yeah.
I was shocked when you were out there. I was like, you lost, mate. What are you doing up
I was lost.
I promise we'll move on from the game.
Yeah, are you sure? Do you want to? Or you just keep saying that?
No, I want to.
We moved on a couple of days ago.
I know you have.
It's kind of focused on St Kilda now. But
okay, well said.
Keep doing your thing.
Did Goldsack say anything to you after the mark?
No, but I think Hendo had a word to him. I've seen the replay, and Hendo was, I think he's pointing saying, like, mate, that's the best highlight you've had, and you're up on the big screen. But
because you know you are higher than the price of a hot dog at the MCG.
They are. I can't believe that. I was on the sidelines a couple of weeks ago, and my partner, like Emma, was going to buy something from the shop, and I gave her $20. She could only buy like a chips and a drink. I was like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I said, where's my hot dog?
Yeah.
I mean, no, a fitness bloke. No, I didn't say that. I said, where is the salad wrap?
Yes. Where is
and
the
low
carb wrap with pita, hummus?
That's what I was just.
And quinoa. Yeah, you know when the millionaire Andrew Dimitri is complaining about the prices at the
Is that
G?
what he's been saying already? I saw something today he was complaining about.
Yeah. You know,
so now he wants to step up.
Yeah.
So he might have gone to a game and he couldn't afford it himself.
Exactly. So, the starvation rate amongst AFL administration millionaires is at worryingly high levels. Now, so I've said go to the Carlton FC website to vote for Robbo's great mark. St Kilda, will you be playing up forward, Robbo, again, or does it depend on basically the makeup of the team? Or have I just answered my own question?
Thank God I'm a utility, I can play anywhere. So, Wadey will be hopefully upright this week. And I just spoke to Dean Laley just then. He said Robbo will be playing a bit more midfield this week. So, not giving too much away, obviously, but hopefully just keep playing my high forward role and on ball and try and help out the boys with a few inside 50s.
Sam, you would know from barracking for Carlton your whole life that St Kilda is a team we absolutely love to beat. Yep. There's been some great games. There's been some disappointing games. Now, number one, at this stage, do you know if you are playing next week? Or do you know if you are playing against St Kilda?
I haven't heard yet, but I'm hoping so.
We usually got the kind of gist the day before the game. We have our main training, and they'll throw the team up in front of us, usually, and you'll see... It might have you on the bench, and you might say, "Look, we'll talk to you the next day and let you know if you're going to play or not." But it's kind of touch and go. You just wait till you get the feel of what they're looking for, matchup wise, and who they're playing on, and etc.
How evenly matched are we? I mean, if as you said, Robbo, Collingwood are a top 4 side, we're not. Have we got a better chance of beating St Kilda?
Well, I think Mick said the other day at the start of every week, he believes that we can beat the team that we're going to be playing. So. I personally think we can beat St Kilda. We've had some great battles since I've been at the club, and I think they're sitting on the ladder. They're above us. So there's only 2 teams below us. No, but I reckon we'll get a pretty good game and hopefully get over the line. So it'd be good to play against one of my Tassie mates, Maverick Weller. He debuted for them on the weekend, and it wasn't the best one. They got smashed. So hopefully we can have a bit of push and shove in the middle.
Well, okay. Well, Sam, who do we need to take care of or neutralise? When I say take care of it, almost like seems like we need to put some sort of car bomb, or who do we need to basically counter?
Well, Lee Montagna in the midfield, obviously, he's been racking them up for years now. He's one, but I think the most important is Rewalt. If you can knock the skipper on the head, I think it goes a long way to beating him.
And who will stand him? You think will that be Jamo?
Yeah, I think there'll be a couple of players that rotate through him. I think Jamo, you might see a swingman go down there, but Whitey and Rowie have been really outstanding in the defence work. So you could even see them both rotating through him. But no, he is. I think he's sitting 4th on the Coleman medal, so he's kicking bags, and when he plays well, they play well. So
okay. So and apart from Rewalt, I mean, Liam Montagna.
Yeah, Joey Montagna's playing. He's racking up in there. They've got a couple of players that you just don't. I think Jack Stevens is back and he's been getting up in the high 20s and stuff. So there's some what's it called? Soldiers in there that work hard around the ball and any given day they can knock off some big teams. Have you seen?
We just want to win.
But as I said last week, I said you kick more goals and you win games. So,
but can you give us that again, Robert? Because I think you're onto something there.
I am. I figured it out. Figured AFL out. You've got to kick goals to win.
We should tell Sam first. This is Robbo laying the foundations for his post-football career as a coach.
I think I said 2 weeks ago and we won. So
yeah, you did. And it goes how?
The team with the most goals win the game.
There you go.
So you got to kick the most goals.
Who would have guessed?
So,
who would have guessed?
I know.
Exactly.
It's amazing. Who will get Liam Montagna, do you think?
I'm not too sure. Well, hopefully Krazo, is up and running this week because he'll probably get, a main tagging role in the midfield. We've got Keisha can come in and play that role. Ed Keno's out still with a few with ankle injuries. So he's hurt his leg. His leg broken leg. No, an ankle injury. I've seen it with someone else. Yeah. No, but he'll be out for a couple of weeks. So we've got a couple of players and then they can run through them. We've been playing Simon in the midfield. He's been doing well and I think if we go head to head in there, hopefully our ruckman can be more dominant and we can get the ball going forward.
Now, Sam, being a first timer on the Carlton Podcast, Robbo, 2 years without a sponsor. That's not bad work from us.
We don't have a sponsor.
No, still don't have a sponsor.
We had one a couple of years ago, didn't we?
We did, yeah. But I
can't
pronounce it.
That car sponsor.
Yeah,
Hertz.
Was it Hertz? The other one beginning with H.
No, Hyundai. We had we actually had one how we won a trip.
Oh, we did, Europe car.
Europe, yeah.
Oh, they're getting a free plug.
I tried to hit him up when I went over to Adelaide a couple of times off season, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Mate, you're on my podcast."
Yeah, what?
My podcast.
The fame of the Carlton Podcast hasn't spread to Adelaide.
I reckon they would have got some promotion of that.
I find that very hard to believe. Sam, before we get to the benchmark segment of the Carlton Podcast called "Do You Know Your Teammates Mitch Robertson and Sam Docherty?" So you've even made the name of a segment. You've moved down from Brisbane. Your family are from PI, from Phillip Island. What part of Phillip Island are you from?
My mum lives in Cowes. Yeah, my mum and my brother live there.
Beautiful part of the world. And you live where?
I live in Richmond. I actually I have a funny little...
Which
one? Richmond. Okay. I have a funny little living arrangement.
I love Richmond. I've lived there twice. It's a great suburb.
I actually live with one of my old teammates, Todd Banfield, from Brisbane. He's moved down and he's a rookie on Richmond's list.
Yep.
So at the moment, it's myself, my girlfriend, and then Toddy and Todd's
he's
girlfriend.
Taken. Sorry, ladies. Oh,
yeah.
I was just about to say, mate, you single or what?
How does that? Hang on. You live with your girlfriend and two other players?
Yeah. No, and Todd and his girlfriend.
Ah, right. Two couples living together. How does that go?
Well, we've got a 3-level townhouse, so my room's on top.
Yeah.
Middle level's the lounge room and the kitchen.
Cashed up when you got over here, did you?
Robbo,
three-story townhouse.
I see a sitcom here. What up and down the ladder?
Oh, no.
Something.
Three stories of love.
One for another. How does it go living with an opposition player, if you like?
It's fine. We don't talk a hell of a lot. We only ask each other how we're going, really. Footy sort of stays out of home. The girls don't like it too much.
Yeah, you want to go through his bag and just get their structures and stuff and bring it over to us.
Yeah,
that's fine with us.
Get the inside word on
it. Information.
No, it's pretty good. I actually lived with him when I was in Brisbane for the last 6 months up there. So then, when he came down, we needed someone to live with. So it was an easy choice just to move back in. It's been really good. It saves you a bit of money living with 4 people in a house.
Yeah.
Now we've got a few boys living in Richmond. Ed Kerno's one of them. Has he been bumming lifts off you since he's been injured, or
since he's broke? Because he usually rides his bike to the club. So since he's
every
broke
day
his
rides his bike.
I've picked him up nearly every morning. So
wow,
and he has not offered petrol money once.
Well, I was going to say he's obviously chipped in, or is that
he brought me breakfast a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
Are you serious? I could never see that happen.
So that's your contribution to the NDIS, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing well there. Well, were you warned at all about the potential hazard of living with Mitch Robertson? Because Eddie Betts fled to Adelaide after the horror of sharing a house with this man.
It's still a touchy subject, really. Next question.
No, next question. Okay. In fact, next questions, because we'll do the quiz now. What's your girlfriend's name?
Natalie.
Hello, Natalie, who's going to be listening, of course.
Hello, Natalie.
The as I said, benchmark segment. Do you know your teammates Mitch Robertson and Sam Docherty?
Yeah, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I've won 2 in a row. So
yeah. So basically, what this is, Sam, is I will throw out a bunch of clues, and you will need to name the player. And whoever gets in earliest wins $1 million from Mars.
Did he kick the goal?
Did he kick the goal? He didn't.
No, he was 30 out.
And then what happened?
I think he got $100 or something.
No,
He got
but he
10,000.
still got 10,000. But
Not a
like, what
bad
did he
day
kick?
at the
Did he
park.
make the distance? Didn't
No, he
make the
didn't.
distance.
No.
So,
You know why?
So we can't kick goals, and then we're trying to teach this other guy how to kick goals.
Yeah.
And what happens?
Well, I don't know how it happened. He had 3 hours of intensive coaching from Daisy Thomas.
That's probably what put us off.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, are you ready to play the segment, Sam Docherty?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready too, if you're going to ask me.
Robbo, I just assume you're ready.
Okay, I'm
You're
ready.
Born ready.
I was born 2 weeks
Okay.
premature. That's how ready I am.
Okay. Clue number 1. I made my debut for the Blues during their round 5 clash against West Coast in 2004. Clue number 2. During my first game, I picked up 26 touches and took 9 marks. Almost as good as your effort, Sam.
Not
No?
Jared
All right.
Reid, is it? No.
Before beginning my AFL career, I played for both Echuca and the Bendigo
Andrew
Pioneers.
Walker.
Oh, jeez.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. He didn't debut.
I'd call that a
he
dead
didn't play
heat.
against West Coast.
Pardon?
Who did he debut against?
West Coast in 2004.
At Vizzy Park, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. It wasn't. It was Princess Park back then.
Yeah.
Because you remember he had an interview after the game and he was trying to talk and he had his mouth guard in and he was like, he's real shy back then.
Yeah.
He was like, he goes, a few players get rotated. He goes, yeah, I love it. I love it when players play on. Like, he just made no sense at all. And he had his mouth guard in, like, slobbers going everywhere.
I tell you
Andrew
why I
Walker,
didn't know
anyway,
that
I
one,
won
mate.
it, so good story,
Another
brother.
one.
Well, no, it was a good story. I was living in Adelaide at the time, so I didn't get to see...
No, it was definitely here.
All right. The other clue, 2011 topped the Blues' leading goal kicker tally with a total of 56 goals for that year. In the same year, during Carlton's big win over Essendon round 18, he could be seen soaring into the sky, balanced on the shoulders of Essendon ruckman Jake Carlisle, marking the ball on his chest to top it off. He then slotted another goal, much like you did on Friday night,
His was a
Robbo.
bit better, I must admit.
Sam, good luck against St Kilda. Certainly hope you picked and that you become a regular feature of the seniors. Your game on Friday was exhilarating. It was great to see. It was exciting. And it's great to have you on board. Good luck with everything.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Robbo, good luck against St Kilda. Great mark. Remember, I'm going to plug it one more time. afl.com.au or go there via the Carlton website to vote. It was a tremendous grab, and to top it off, you kicked the goal afterwards. Great work, and good luck against St Kilda.
Thanks,
Go Blues!
mate. It was great to be back. Go Baggers.